This week we've got some choking.
Be careful not to choke on your aspirations, Director.
Some smoking. And some skip ray blast boating. All to come in Chapter 19 of Dark Force Rising. Hello there, I'm Darren. Right, where is she? Yeah, hey, where are you? You're supposed to be going through Chapter 19 here.
I don't think I'm gonna make it today. We've got a bit of a situation here. Will you stop dancing? We're under attack!
Boring conversation anyway.
Hello.
Just a precautionary measure, and welcome to the Real Sequels, a series of events that happened after Episode 6 in the books, novels, and sometimes comics in the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Today we're opening with Chapter 19. We open Chapter 19 with Talon Karrde watching the Etherway drop out of the sky like a misshapen rock towards its assigned landing pit. He was standing in the protective shadow of the exit tunnel, stroking the grip of his blaster with a certain uneasy feeling he was desperately trying to shake. Mara was 3 days late with the freighter from Abrogado, but she'd given all the proper all-clear code signs, and there was no sign of ships following her or dropping into orbit. Karrde smiling to himself wryly as the ship descended into the dock. He had been thinking over the last few days of Mara's hatred towards Luke Skywalker, and wondered if she'd dropped out of his life as suddenly as she fell into it. But for now, to him, his original reading of her was correct. Mara was not the type of person to give her loyalty freely. As the ship touches down, Karrde takes a last check over the comms. Dankin reassures him that all looks clear and quiet. Karrde then asks him to stay alert, but to keep out of sight. The entrance ramp opens, and out steps Mara. "Welcome home, Mara. You're a bit late," Karrde states. Mara says grimly back that she had to take a little detour. That can happen. Mara's attention was still darting around the pit, and Karrde notices her face lined with a vague tension. "Trouble?" he asks. "I don't know. I feel..." Just then, however, Karrde's comlink squeals with the stress of electric blanket jamming. Karrde immediately snaps into action, drawing his blaster and firing towards the thunderclap of sonic boom rushing towards him. TIE fighters sweep in overhead, laying down a spitting pattern of laser fire, while figures emerge from the upper rim of the landing pit. Stormtroopers. "Down!" Karrde shouts to Mara, as he dives and lets off a meaningless shot towards the TIEs. Karrde then tries to hit the nearest trooper, missing by at least half a meter. Curious at the fact that the Imperials weren't returning fire, as his weapon is plucked from his hand, Karrde rolls over, looking up at Mara with stunned disbelief. Her face so pinched with emotion, he could hardly recognize it, her lips moving with words he couldn't hear, but he didn't need an explanation from her. And he felt no anger for her, only humiliation that he had been fooled so easily and so thoroughly, and a strange regret that he had lost such a skilled associate. He was betrayed and probably facing death, but at least he knows now why Mara hated Luke Skywalker so much. We then cut to the Chimera's vast shuttle bay. Mara is staring down the Grand Admiral with clenched fists, her body trembling with anger. 8 days, Thrawn, she shouted, her voice echoing around the shuttle bay as if someone had eaten her sandwich.
My sandwich! My sandwich!
"You promised me 8 days. I changed my mind," Thrawn said back coolly. Mara, however, not so coolly, replied, "The gates of hell you did." She is convinced Thrawn planned this from the start, and it got us what we wanted. "That's all that matters," replied Thrawn. This made Mara snap. Forgetting her surroundings, she lunges for Thrawn, then a bone-wrenching stop as Thrawn's Nogri bodyguard slid across the room and threw his arms across her neck. Thrawn then says that wasn't very professional, which again throws Mara into another fit of rage, now reaching through the Force. Thrawn brushes at his neck as if pushing away an intangible cobweb. Mara reaches further into her grip, and Thrawn again brushes his neck before the understanding came. "Stop, or Rook will have to hurt you," he says. Mara kept it up for a moment. through gritted teeth, while the iron arm continued to press on her neck and she seen spots, waiting on an order for the Nogri to finish her, or for the stormtroopers to incinerate her, but the order never came. She relented and the grip on her neck loosened. I trust you've learned the limits of your small power. A trick the Emperor taught you? Said Thrawn, no longer sounding amused. Ignoring the pain in her temples, she hit out that the Emperor had taught her a great many things, including how to deal with traitors. Thrawn tells her to have a care. He is ruling the Empire now, and is willing to have Mara back in her rightful place. Perhaps even as first officer with her own dreadnought. But more outbursts like this, and the offer will be withdrawn. Mara thought that perhaps this meant to kill her. Thrawn, however, reminds her that this is his new empire, and it isn't in the habit of wasting valuable resources. She'll merely be given to Sabaoth as a bonus gift. Mara assures him that it won't happen again. Thrawn then accepts her apology, and tells her that the rest of the deal still stands as is. The bounty on Karrde's people is being lifted by Pelion as they speak, and Karrde will remain aboard the ship, and will be compensated 3 million credits if he discloses the location of Katana Fleet with minimum wasted time and effort. If not, there won't be much left to compensate. Mara tried to argue for her to be able to talk to Karrde. However, Thrawn saw through the attempt to tell Karrde that she didn't in fact betray him. No, he wants Karrde to feel completely isolated and hopeless. A few days with only those thoughts might convince him to cooperate more. Mara fought back her sudden burst of anger. That's better, says Thrawn. He says that he understands her feelings, but they have no place here, and he says that the deck officer will arrange to have her taken back to the surface. With that, as if she was a cadet, she leaves. The Grand Admiral had made his point, if not the one he meant to. He showed her that this empire had no hope of living up to the one Luke Skywalker had taken from her. That was gone forever. As Mara walked the halls, she thought on Karrde's situation. It was her fault no matter what way she looked at it, and it was her job to fix it. As she was walking to her destination, she sees her chance, probably the only one she was going to get. She jumps to a nearby terminal, and using the backdoor key that she had access to from the Emperor, in case he or any of his top agents had ever needed it in an emergency. Something even a Grand Admiral would know nothing about. She gains access to the terminal, and there it was. An updated prisoner list, the layout of the detention cells, where the Chimera will be in 6 days, and finally, the location of Jorus Sabaoth. She takes all the information quickly and wipes the screen just in time, as a young officer and stormtroopers came past. Mara plays dumb, asking for the location of the deck officer. The ruse worked. We then cut to back on the surface, as the shuttle that escorted her flies away. Mara shouts for Aves, the paving still smelling like burning. He had to be there. Karrde would have made sure to have him as a backup. Turn around and put your hands up, she hears. She then spends the next few minutes being patted down and trying to convince Aves that she didn't betray Karrde, but she will get him out with Aves' help. At first, Aves doesn't believe her, but Mara knows this not to be true. Deep down, he does believe her, and he's going to help her. Eventually, Aves lets in and offers his help, and asks what she needs. First, she needs a skip-ray blast boat, something faster than the Aetherway, a Yes Salamiri, and a portable nutrient frame. When Aves asks what they're doing, she says she's going to chase after Luke Skywalker. But this time, she's not going to capture him or kill him. This time, she's asking for his help. A fast and loose chapter. A lot of stuff goes on, and a lot of nice little tensions between characters. It was great. It's again great to see how skilled the Nogri are, and a nice look into the type of character that Karrde is. Him not feeling anger, just being annoyed that he can't hang out no more with Mara Jade, and see how much his men actually mean to him. And then in this chapter we kind of see again that Thrawn's empire is way different from the empire we're used to seeing, and that whole thing of not wasting resources. I mean, Admiral Ozzel and Captain Nida probably would still have jobs. Mara's realization of the fact that now she's actually free to choose her own allegiances for the first time probably in her life. She's no longer held down by any past loyalties. That's about all we've got time for this week. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if we've earned it, and check out some of the videos at the end of this one. And we'll see you all next time. Brr.